Hey, welcome everyone to our free afternoon update. It's Thursday, August 31st, the last day of the month. Here with a follow-up from our 9 a.m. pre-market show. Yep, we'll get to Overstock, Mike. We will get to that. First, we want to talk about the picks we had for this morning and follow up, see how they did. So we gave you CrowdStrike was probably the best performing one. We did a re-rating calculation on this, calculating something around the 170s was the price target. And technically, I was looking at this. I'm like, the re-rating calculation on the earnings surprise is 170s, but I see some technical resistance at 155. So I gave you guys a 155 target. This is one we actually played right. Not only did we get in pre-market, but we saw the strength right before the open. I told my partner, I think out of CrowdStrike and the other ones from this morning, Salesforce, I said, I think CrowdStrike is the one that has the best chance of having a big spike at the open. And that's because of the big gap between that 152 level pre-market, 150 really when we first gave it to on our app, and that calculation of 170s from the magnitude of the guidance beat. So anyway, even though 155 was our target, when we saw that at the open, we didn't have a limit order. We usually don't strictly use limit orders because I want to see the price action first. So we ended up keeping it. And we're out though. We made some good money. Actually, bought some put call options on this as well, and made out on this one. So this one worked really good. Again, story trading philosophy. Markets are efficient. Delta in information causes a delta in price. So that's what we did here, and that one worked out. CRM, on the other hand, and I was just lucky I didn't play this one. Really, the reason I didn't play it was because the re-rating calculation on this one was 232. And in pre-market, it was already like 229. So I just didn't see a lot of room left, even though it was a top pick, not only because of earnings re-rating, but also because of the IBM AI press release. Now that we're not in it, look at that 5-minute. This might be a good buy right here. Maybe it's not going to do a full gap fill right here because, again, 232 is the price target based on the ER. So, right here, right now, might be a good buy for either a swing or a longer-term position, CRM right now, but we're not in it. All right. There were a couple others. We gave you SHOP and MP. We didn't play SHOP, but this has been up all day on the $70 price target and the partnership news with Amazon last night. Congrats if you got that in our early pre-market alert. The stock was probably around 63, 64 when we gave that alert. So an MP, this is kind of flat. We actually lost a little bit of money on this. We got out at the wrong time. It was making money, losing money, but it was a small size. Okay, whatever. It didn't quite work out. It was not a huge catalyst. It was a modest catalyst, but I do like this for the long term. Rare earths, a good place to be. Nice catalyst from JP Morgan, $27 price target. The target we gave this morning was the 20 DMA, and we just played it wrong. To me, it looked like it was out of juice, and it wasn't going to get to 20 DMA today. But all as well, between all those picks, we did pretty good with a CrowdStrike. Now, other picks we gave you that were not in the top 5, but just right below it to look at carefully. One of them was APRN. We've been actually telling you about this for the last couple. What show it was on, but we got back in, right? It was probably, I don't know exactly when I told you, but I did tell you guys, and I put it in the app. We got back into APRN yesterday, and then today I have to switch to a different chart because here, let's go to this chart here on my desktop. Okay, there we go. Well, you know what? Let's disappear me. So APRN, the reason I got back into it is because of RK, and I'm like, if RK stays above the 20 DMA, which it's probably still is, as long as RK is bullish, and it still looks pretty good. So as long as RK is bullish and there were lots of good signs in risk assets, I want to be back in APRN. So we got back in APRN yesterday, and then today, lo and behold, look what it did. It broke the 200 DMA. I don't have this on my phone chart because it didn't adjust. TD app didn't adjust for the reverse split correctly. Look how long it's been since it's crossed the 200 DMA. Wow, this is a great stock because there's a fundamental story here. There's a potential inflection to profitability without needing a raise. It's 25% short position. It's only a few million shares in the float. Like, this thing can really go parabolic. So I'm really excited to be back in this, especially now that it's above the 200 DMA. We might even add more around here. 200 DMA is 860, it looks like. So 860, right now it's 877 by 885. I think 860, definitely an awesome support, but we got it back into this. In fact, we actually sold some at 859 because there was resistance there. We always like to sell a little bit at each resistance level. And then when it broke back above, we bought it back higher, and I'm okay with that. This looks like a very nice breakout. Of course, the volume isn't as high as we'd like. But look, you can't deny how important this 200 DMA line is. When was the last time it broke above it? Last time it broke above the 200 DMA, well, it was actually right here. Right here, broke above the 200 DMA at about $57, went to about 75. So we'll see what happens here. But this, again, story trading, we're not relying only on technicals. We did the fundamental research. We have multiple shows on this. By the way, if you download the app, storytrading.com/app, go into our event archives, you'll see the show we just did with Chris Tuttle on APRN. Tuttle trades from this past Wednesday, yesterday, yeah, August 30th. You can see that. And we talked about APRN yet again. We talk about it pretty often. Okay, let's move on. All right, so that was APRN. Then we give you SMCI. I'm like, last couple of days I've been saying, man, I think SMCI has got to catch up with NVIDIA. NVIDIA back to all-time highs. SMCI still not there from the earnings report. Listen, they didn't guide as good as NVIDIA for like the coming quarter, but their guidance for 2024 was huge. And the PE here for SMCI really, really low. So SMCI continues to be one of my favorite AI stocks. Well, where's my crosshair? My crosshair has disappeared. Oh, we crashed. All right. Let's log back in and let's go. Okay. So SMCI continues to be one of my favorite AI stocks. I own both NVIDIA and SMCI personally in my retirement account. But right here, see, we're trying to break the 50 DMA and the 20 DMA. It's like it's getting there. It did it intraday. And in the app, I told you guys, if we break that, the target is high 298, basically high 290s. You can see where we got double block there, 298. I really believe, I don't know the timing on exactly when, but if it does break, if it holds above this key moving average, and if markets continue to be okay, it doesn't need to go up. As long as markets are stable, even slightly down, as long as we're not crashing, if this closes above that key moving average, then 298, I believe, is coming pretty quickly, and then possibly back to 350 area in the longer term swing period. Did I talk about yeah, just briefly talk about Shopify MP, which we got shaken out of prematurely. And then, all right, now let's focus on overstock. I just want to tell you, SMSI though seeming to get blocked at this 50-week moving average. So we may be in for a period of consolidation. We got support at the 200 DMA here. So maybe we can hold this 170. So maybe some chop between 170 and 180, consolidation between that 200 DMA and the 50-week moving average between 170 and 180. Once we break above and close above that 180 on the 50-week moving average, then the next target is the gap, the bottom of the gap, 208. All right. So that's what I'm looking at on SMSI. And now overstock. So overstock is down. We're having a bad day. We had some good picks this morning, but SMSI and overstock are two of our largest positions and both down nicely. So that's the way it goes. Quick, another one that's one of our larger positions, down 4%. Okay. But let's focus. I'm happy right now, even though I'm down. And by the way, we're down big for August, unfortunately, because overstock was our largest position by far, and we held it from 39 all the way down to 26 in the month of August. But that's okay. We bought more, and I'm very happy. Yesterday, we had a very special program on overstock. We have a recording of it. It was a Zoom we did with Sean Gaines. What is his handle? I'm looking for it. You may know him on Twitter, okay? Sean Gaines. But anyway, we did a Zoom with him, and it was a collaborative due diligence session where we shared some info. I shared some info on app rankings, some financial data. He shared some info on order number analysis and kind of predicting where the revenue goes. So I'm going to give a high-level summary here for free users. Okay, let's see. Let me just share my screen. I'm going to give a high-level summary. And then if you want the details, you'll need to hold on, sharing the wrong screen. All right, let's see. Let's try this again. Share screen. There we go. That should work. Okay. And let me move this banner so you can see this easier. Okay. So this is okay. There we go. Okay. So this chart is fabulous. Okay. What you're looking at here is a correlation between quarterly revenue overstock and the share price. and you can see how closely it follows. In fact, there's a little bit of a lag, right? You get the report first, and then boom, right? You get this report. Here it happened again. You get the report, and then it follows. It's not exactly necessarily following that each way. Sometimes people are anticipating a bad quarter like this one, right? They're anticipating the bad quarter, and then boom, all right? So, but generally, this is uncanny. You could see this, even this little move right here, right? Quarterly revenue, a little sequential pop in quarterly revenue, stock starts going back up. This is one beautiful, beautiful chart, okay? So, what I have to say is we think there's a potential for overstock revenue to go back up not only to the 760 area, the peak, the COVID peak, but perhaps above that. And we think it can happen fast. Okay. We're talking about this next quarter that's going to be reported in early November, maybe somewhere up in that 700 to 800 million range. And the one after that might be over $1 billion if the app rankings continue to be what they are. Okay. So let's just move into the stock a little bit. And I'm not going to show you all the details, right? You're not going to have the conviction. You shouldn't really have conviction. You shouldn't do anything just by trusting me. If you want to learn more about it yourself and how we did this analysis, really hop on over to storytrading.com/app. That's not the banner. Hop on to storytrading.com/app, and you can get a free trial. And you go to the event archives, and you can see the whole Zoom event where we did a deep dive into this. And there's a possibility. When is this going to explode? It's really going to explode when Overstock tells the world how the revenue is doing. When are they going to tell the world? Well, the latest will be, as I said, first week of November. The earliest might be tomorrow. Might be. The month is ending now, August 31st. Now, it's a 3-day weekend. I don't know. Would they want to put a press release out, before 3-day weekend? Would they want to wait until Tuesday after the 3-day weekend? In some cases, I've seen companies give reports for the month by the middle of the following month. So maybe they wait till the middle of September. If we don't get an update by the middle of September, I don't think we're going to get it until first week of November when they report earnings. But whenever it is that they do report earnings, look, I personally have very high confidence that the revenue will explode towards those levels we just talked about. And that would mean, let me just share this one more time. If the revenue explodes right here, if the revenue explodes to $700 million or so, where's the stock going? Well, the stock might have to go to $80, $90, $100. Okay. So this is a very interesting story. And I have a big position. Personally, I'm in it. Our hedge fund's in it. I bought options, a nice amount of options today. So I'm really excited about where this goes. And I think this is a gift right now. I really think this is a gift. We could always be wrong. So don't bet the house. Careful with margin, careful with options, and make sure you're diversified. We could always be wrong. But I'm not sure that I've had this sort of confidence on a stock since Air. I have to tell you, since Air. And a lot of you know, Air was my biggest pick of my career so far. $2.50. I called a move to $50 to $100, and it's like $55 now, right? That was my number one pick of my career. I haven't had this much confidence since then. Let's see if Overstock can be the second Air. Now, you're not going to have a 10-bagger here, but with options, you can. All right. And I think you can time this. I really do, because this revenue is exploding right now. So the latest the world finds out about this is the first week of November. Options in December, January could pay off really, really big. Okay, so that's the story on Overstock. All right, if you want the details, head on over to storytrading.com/app. And we're just, wait mode here on LLAP, on Yatra. As I said, there's a small potential, at least, I don't know, maybe even a bigger than a small potential of an offering first on LLAP before it goes up. So be aware of that, but might not happen, might go straight up. All right. Once LLAP gives us a signal they have enough money to reach profitability, look out above for like a 3, 4, 5-bagger in a matter of months. Okay. LLAP. We're going to make big money on that once they reach that inflection point. And then we're just holding steady with NVIDIA, ACHR. Okay. Oh, Tesla's really battling this level. Wow. That's a big battle. We'll have to see how that finishes out. If we close above that 50-day moving average, we still haven't. If we do, then it's free clear, free ahead, free clearing. What am I talking like? Messing up my words. All right. So, all right, that's all I got. Man, rum has been on fire. Wow, unbelievable. Rum and DWAC. All right, the Trump trade is really hot right now, and I'm not in either. Okay, so that's about it. Let's see. We got a comment here from. Let's see. Is anyone on Rumble? Got Rumble. Got a couple people watching on Rumble. If you have Rumble stock, you're in good shape right now, huh? SND, William. I don't know what SND is. Book value is over 6. So SND. Let's see. Smart Sand Incorporated. Book value over 6. Market cap $80 million. What do they do? Industrial sand supply. Oh, I think you told us about this before. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know SND. Haven't had time to research it. If you want to get our attention with this, you can join our community at StoryTrading.com/app. Maybe show up for one of our Wednesday sessions. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on Zoom. That's when we do collaborative due diligence and look at stocks together. And maybe we can learn more about SND at that time, or in the chat room anytime. We have a VIP trading room and a VIP research room, although most of the chatters in the trading room right now in our app over at Story Trading. And you can also post nuggets on SND, add it to your watch list, post some information so other people can see it, and that can get more attention. All right, I think that's all I got today. Any questions? Now's the time to put it up. And our next event is going to be, this is Thursday. Oh, what are we doing with Rex? We usually do our Rex technical analysis shows on Thursday or Friday, but I haven't confirmed yet, so it's obviously not today. So stay tuned. In the app, we'll do Fibonacci analysis on some of our favorite story trading stocks. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Stay tuned for an update on that. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little explanation about what story trading is, and then we'll see you over at StoryTrading.com/app for your free trial.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.